Have you ever wondered if something as simple as your bedtime snack could be the reason you never wake up? I'm not trying to scare you, but what I'm about to share could save your life. After age 65, your body changes, and while some foods used to be harmless, now they can trigger silent inflammation, blood pressure spikes, even fatal heart attacks while you sleep. Here's the chilling part, the most dangerous item. It's probably in your kitchen right now, and it looks completely innocent in this video. I'll reveal 8 common foods seniors should never eat before bed, including the one that recently took the life of a 78-year-old man who thought he was perfectly healthy. Stay with me until the end, because 3 is linked to more overnight deaths than most people realize. And if you're over 65, you need to hear this before your next meal. Food 1, processed cheese, a creamy comfort with a deadly cost. Dr. Richard Stein, a renowned cardiologist, warns that the lethal combination of high sodium and cyanidin-1, they stop making time for you. Saturated fats in processed cheese creates a ticking time bomb in senior bodies, especially at night. You see, after age 65, your body's natural ability to regulate blood pressure drops sharply during sleep. Add a late-night snack of processed cheese, and you're forcing your heart to fight for its life when it should be resting. Still think it's just cheese? Let me introduce you to Elizabeth, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Oregon. Active, healthy. She walked daily and took pride in eating clean. But every night, she enjoyed a small plate of cheese and crackers before bed. A routine she believed was harmless and even comforting. Until one night at 2 a.m., Elizabeth woke up gasping for air. Panicked, chest tight, dizzy. She thought it was a nightmare, but it wasn't. Her lungs were filling with fluid. Doctors were puzzled until they uncovered her nightly snack. That innocent cheese plate was causing fluid build up in her lungs, spiking her blood pressure and stressing her heart to the breaking point 2 weeks after eliminating the cheese. Sign number 2, you're always the one initiating contact, her processed cheese. How a comforting snack caused a medical emergency, symptoms vanished. The question is, are you willing to risk your life for a slice of processed cheese? If you absolutely must have something creamy at night, switch to unsalted nuts or a slice of fresh low-sodium mozzarella. A simple change, and you might just wake up tomorrow alive and well. Food 2, sugary cereals and dessert. Sweet on the tongue, deadly in the dark. Now let's talk about something even sneakier, the bedtime sugar trap. That bowl of cereal, that cookie, or scoop of ice cream before bed, they might feel like innocent indulgences, but for seniors over 65, they can quietly set off a chain reaction that your heart can't handle. According to the Mayo Clinic Sleep Center, sugar consumed at night causes dramatic blood sugar swings, spikes that overwork your heart, and crashes that deprive your brain and body of energy during deep sleep. Dr. Von Summers, who leads senior sleep research, puts it plainly: nighttime is already when the heart is most vulnerable. In seniors, add blood sugar. Sign number 3, they don't involve you in their future plans, chaos, and you're creating the perfect storm for a stroke or fatal arrhythmia. Don't believe it? Let me introduce you to Raymond, 71, from Florida. He loved a bowl of sweetened cereal before bed that helped him relax, also he thought. But when his doctor put him on a continuous glucose monitor, the results were chilling. Blood sugar spiked to dangerous levels within the first hour. Then it plummeted around 3 a.m., a time when most cardiac events occur. His heart was working overtime in his sleep, and Raymond had no idea. I was playing Russian roulette with my own heart. Raymond admitted his doctor gave him one simple swap a small apple with a sugary cereals and desserts, the sweet trap that spikes your heart risk, overnight teaspoon of almond butter. Since then, no more crashes, no more heart palpitations, just stable energy and restful sleep. The message is clear. What tastes sweet now could be the sign number 4. There's emotional distance, reason you don't wake up tomorrow. Food 3, processed meats, the salty snack that could stop your heart. Let's talk about one of the most dangerous foods hiding in plain sight. Processed meat, salami, hot dogs, bacon, deli ham. They might be tasty, even nostalgic, but for seniors, they carry a hidden cost that can come due while you're sleeping. Why are they so dangerous? Because these meats are packed with sodium nitrates, preservatives, and saturated fats that fuel inflammation, damage blood vessels, and raise blood pressure to dangerous levels overnight. Dr. Karen Ruiz, a vascular health specialist, says processed meats are one of the worst nighttime foods for anyone over 65. They increase arterial stiffness, reduce oxygen flow, and stress the heart during its most vulnerable hours. Let me introduce you to Thomas, a 75-year-old grandfather from Texas. Every evening he sign number 5. They dismiss your feelings, enjoyed a few slices of salami before bed. He believed protein was good for him, and it is in the right form, but processed meats, that's another story. One night, Thomas didn't wake up. The autopsy showed no prior blockages, no warning signs, just a surge of nitrates and sodium that triggered a fatal cardiac arrhythmia during sleep. His family was shocked, heartbroken. They thought he was doing everything right. But one bedtime habit changed everything. So let me ask you, this is that bite of bacon or slice of ham before bed worth the risk? If you want protein at night, switch to grilled chicken, a hard-boiled egg, or even plain Greek yogurt, your processed meats. Why deli ham and salami could stop your heart in your sleep. Heart doesn't need more stress, it needs support. And sometimes the difference between waking up tomorrow or not is what you choose to eat tonight. Food for spicy foods, heat, that hurts more than you think. Who doesn't love a little spice, a dash of hot sauce, a spicy taco? A late night, sign number 6. Lack of physical or emotional intimacy, curry. But here's the problem. Spicy foods before bed can mimic the early signs of a heart attack, or worse, actually contribute to one. How? Because spicy foods often trigger acid reflux, also known as GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, and when acid rises into your chest, it can cause burning, tightness, and shortness of breath. These symptoms don't just feel uncomfortable, they can overstimulate the vagus nerve, which controls heart rate and digestion, throwing your body into a state of panic while you're trying to sleep. Meet Patricia, a 68-year-old from Arizona. She loved spicy foods every night. She treated herself to spicy chicken or salsa with chips. Then one night, around 1:30 a.m., she woke up in sheer panic. Her chest was burning. She couldn't breathe. Her husband rushed her to the ER. The diagnosis, severe acid reflux. But the doctor warned her, next time it might not be acid, it might be your heart. Spicy foods also disrupt your sign number 7. They act different around others. Sleep cycles increase body temperature and elevate heart rate, a dangerous mix when your body should be in recovery mode. If you enjoy flavor at night, skip the spice, try gentle herbs like basil, oregano, or thyme. They add taste without the threat. Your midnight craving for heat should never come at the cost of waking up in a cold sweat or not waking up at all. Food 5, alcohol, the illusion of relaxation, the reality of risk, a glass of wine before spicy foods. The heat that mimics a heart attack and disrupts recovery. Seeped a little whiskey to unwind.
It feels like the perfect way to end the day. But for seniors that night, CAP might be silently sabotaging your heart and brain. While you sleep, here's why alcohol may seem relaxing, but it interferes with your breathing, lowers your oxygen levels and disrupts deep sleep, and especially in adults over 65. And if you already struggle with sleep apnea or mild heart, sign number 8, constant criticism or comparison conditions. Alcohol can intensify those problems, raising your risk of a stroke or cardiac arrest. Let's talk about Howard, a 73-year-old who enjoyed his nightly glass of red wine, nothing excessive, just one glass after dinner. But when his doctor suggested a sleep study, what they found was alarming. His oxygen levels dropped by over 15% on nights he drank. His heart rate spiked erratically during deep sleep. His brain never reached full rest mode. He was unknowingly putting his body through a nightly storm. According to a Harvard Medical School report, alcohol before bed causes fragmented sleep, increased nighttime bathroom trips, and a dramatic rise in overnight blood pressure. So while it may seem like it helps you fall asleep faster, it actually prevents your body from healing and recharging during the hours it needs it most. If you're looking for something soothing before bed, skip the alcohol. Try chamomile tea, lemon balm, or even tart cherry juice, which supports natural melatonin production, a clearer mind, and a stronger sign number 9. You feel more lonely with them than alone. Hearts start with better choices. And when it comes to sleep, your body deserves peace, not pressure. Food, 6, caffeine, and dark chocolate, the silent stimulant that won't let your heart rest. You probably already know that caffeine can keep you awake, but what many seniors don't realize is just how long it stays in your system. Even a cup of coffee at dinner or a few squares of dark chocolate after dessert could still be alcohol. How your nightcap becomes a heart and brain hazard after 65, stimulating your nervous system hours later. Why is this dangerous? After 65, because caffeine doesn't just make you restless, it elevates heart rate, raises blood pressure, and interferes with deep sleep, the most important phase for healing and heart health. Meet Meredith. Aged 70, she had no idea that her nightly habit of a small piece of dark chocolate was behind her increasing episodes of nighttime heart palpitations and anxiety. Upon waking, her doctor ran tests, but her heart appeared healthy. Then they looked. Sign number 10. Your gut tells you. Something's wrong at her evening routine. Once she cut out the chocolate and switched to an herbal tea, the palpitations disappeared. Her sleep became deeper. Her mornings felt lighter, according to a report from the National Sleep Foundation. Caffeine can remain in your bloodstream for 6 to 8 hours, sometimes longer, in older adults, whose metabolism slows down with age. So even if it doesn't keep you awake, it can still stress your cardiovascular system while you sleep. Want something comforting at night? Try chamomile, peppermint, or banana slices with cinnamon, calming, nourishing, heart friendly. Because bedtime should be about winding down, not winding up. Your blood pressure, food, 7 fried foods, crunchy on the outside, dangerous on the inside. There's no denying it. Fried foods are delicious. Crispy chicken, golden fries, onion rings. These foods comfort the senses, but they come with a heavy price, especially after 65. Fried foods are often loaded with trans fats, refined oils, and oxidized compounds that promote systemic inflammation. They're difficult to digest, raise cholesterol, and put your cardiovascular system on high alert. Why is this a problem at night? Because when final thoughts on what you can do next, you sleep, your body is supposed to recover, repair, and rest, but instead, fried foods send your digestive system into overdrive and flood your caffeine and dark chocolate. The silent stimulants ruining your rest and raising your blood pressure bloodstream with inflammatory triggers. Meet Gregory, a 69-year-old Vietnam veteran who thought a few pieces of fried chicken for dinner was no big deal that night. He felt a tightness in his chest. The next morning, he woke up feeling fatigued, light-aided and shaky. His blood work showed elevated inflammation markers and spiking blood pressure. His cardiologist traced it back to diet fried food. Before bed is like throwing gasoline on a slow-burning fire, the doctor warned. Even worse, fried foods can contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries, making the heart work harder while you sleep. So what should you do if you crave something crunchy? Try air pop, popcorn-baked sweet potato wedges or roasted chickpeas. They give you that satisfying crunch without the internal chaos, because the last thing your heart needs before bed is a fight food aid. Salty snacks, the crunch that clogs your arteries, chips, pretzels, crackers, salted nuts. We often think of these as light snacks, but they can carry heavy consequences, especially at night. Here's why after age 65, your kidneys and cardiovascular system become more sensitive to sodium late night. Salt overload can lead to fluid retention, overnight blood pressure spikes, and an increased risk of stroke while you sleep. And the worst part, the salt in most packaged snacks is hidden. You might think you're eating just a handful, but the sodium content is sky high. Let's talk about Deborah, a 75-year-old widow who enjoyed crackers and cheese. Every evening she was healthy, but her doctor noticed her morning pressure was unusually high. They set up a sleep monitor. What they found was shocking. Her blood pressure spiked between 2 and 4 a.m. Her body was holding excess fluid overnight. Her heart rate was irregular by morning, all from a few salty bites before bed. Once she fried foods, the crunchy danger that inflames arteries and burdens your heart overnight, switched to low-sodium snacks. Her numbers stabilized in just 1 week. If you need something to nibble at night, choose unsalted almonds, cucumber slices, or a few baby carrots. The crunch is still there, but the danger isn't, because no snack is worth waking up dizzy, swollen, or not waking up at all. Every night, millions of seniors reach for something comforting before bed, but what feels harmless could be silently setting the stage for inflammation, pressure spikes, and even heart failure. While you sleep now, you know better. You've taken the first step by learning which foods to avoid, and even more important, you now have smarter options to protect your health without giving up the pleasure of a nighttime snack. The truth is, longevity isn't just about what you do during the day. It's about what you do in the hours before you rest. Your body heals and repairs at night. If you give it the right conditions, small choices create big change, and it starts with awareness. If this video opened your eyes, give it a like to help spread the message. And don't forget to comment below which food shocked you the most. And if you're still with me now, drop a yes in the comments, so I know you're committed to living healthier, sleeping better, and aging with confidence. Remember, this isn't about fear. It's about freedom. When you know what to avoid, you have the power to live better. Starting tonight, until next time, sleep smart, stay strong, and take care of your